not drinking enough water. As we grow older, our bodies begin to speak more softly. The signals that once shouted, like thirst, now whisper. Many older adults believe they're drinking enough water simply because they had a glass with their morning medication. But by the afternoon, that one glass has long been used up and the body is already running low. Unlike when we were young, our brains no longer send strong thirst signals. The dry mouth, the parched throat, those signs fade with time. Yet the need for water remains just as real. Without enough hydration, the blood thickens slightly, making the heart work harder. The brain slows, leading to foggy thoughts, sudden drowsiness, and even feelings of dizziness. It's not uncommon to nod off in the middle of a quiet afternoon and wonder, why am I so tired? The truth is, dehydration is a silent thief. It doesn't announce itself loudly, but it quietly steals your energy, your clarity, and even your mood. The solution, fortunately, is simple. Don't wait until you feel thirsty. Start sipping early in the day and keep going. Small, steady sips, not big gulps, are the key. Keep a glass or bottle near your favorite chair or by the phone. If plain water feels boring, add a slice of lemon or a few sprigs of mint. Make it inviting. Think of it like tending a garden. Just as flowers need consistent watering to stay alive and vibrant, your body, too, needs regular hydration to stay alert and steady. You don't need to drink a gallon at once, just enough throughout the day to keep the engine humming. And who knows? With a little more water in your system, that afternoon slump might just fade into a peaceful, energized kind of calm. Too much sitting without movement. There's a quiet trap many of us fall into during retirement. The belief that sitting still equals resting. You wake up, make your coffee, find your favorite chair, and before you know it, the day has passed with hardly a step taken. Yet somehow, despite doing nothing, you feel completely worn out by late afternoon. It doesn't quite make sense until you understand how the body works. When we sit for long periods, especially without movement, our blood circulation slows down. The muscles that once supported us through busy days begin to weaken. Joints grow stiff, and even our breathing becomes shallow. It's as if the body is taking our stillness as a cue to power down, like a machine going into sleep mode. The result? We feel sluggish, foggy, and more tired, not less. Rest is important, yes. But true rest doesn't mean being motionless. It means giving the body what it needs to stay gently active, reminding it that it still has purpose, still has rhythm. The good news is, it doesn't take much. You don't need to join a gym or run laps around the block. Just stand up once an hour. Stretch your arms. Take a slow walk to the mailbox. March in place during a commercial break. Move your shoulders, roll your ankles, sway your hips to a tune you love. These small acts, simple, mindful movements, send a powerful message to your body. I'm still here, and I still want to feel alive. There's grace in motion, even the smallest kind. Over time, these gentle habits can lift the weight of fatigue and replace it with a quiet energy, one that doesn't shout but hums softly beneath your days. Keep moving, just a little, and your body will thank you in ways words cannot express. Some of the heaviest burdens we carry are the ones no one else can see. They don't come with loud cries or dramatic gestures. They live quietly in the background, an ache behind the smile, a heaviness in the chest, a tiredness that no nap can cure. Many older adults describe feeling worn down, even when life seems calm. The house is quiet, the kids are grown, there are no more deadlines. So why the exhaustion? It's often silent worry, the kind that lingers beneath the surface, about health, about finances, about the fear of being alone. These worries don't always come with racing hearts or sleepless nights. Sometimes they just sit there, like a shadow that follows us from room to room. The body doesn't always distinguish between loud stress and quiet stress. It reacts just the same. Muscles tense, the heart beats a little harder, sleep becomes lighter, energy fades. Over time, this quiet anxiety drains us, slowly but surely. But here's something true. Even silent fears can be lightened when they're brought into the open. Talk to someone you trust. Write your worries down in a notebook each evening and close the cover as if saying, "This is enough for today." Or sit in a quiet space and offer those worries up in prayer. Release them to something greater than yourself. There's no shame in having fears. It means you care. It means you're still deeply connected to life. But carrying them all alone can be too much. Give your heart permission to rest. Let your mind breathe. Even the smallest act of release, a conversation, a prayer, a pen to paper, can bring surprising relief. Peace doesn't always come all at once, but with each gentle act of letting go, it begins to return. One breath at a time, one evening at a time, until the weight eases and the soul feels just a little lighter. Eating the wrong way. Food is often a source of comfort. Warm toast in the morning, a muffin with coffee, maybe a bowl of cereal before bed. These are familiar, easy choices, soft on the stomach and simple to prepare. But sometimes, the very foods we turn to for comfort are quietly working against us. As we age, our energy doesn't just depend on how much we sleep or rest. It depends on how we fuel our bodies. Many common meals for older adults are high in simple carbohydrates and sugars. White bread, sweet cereals, fruit juices, crackers. They give a quick burst of energy, but that rise is followed by a steep crash. One minute you feel alert, the next you're nodding off in your chair, wondering why your body feels so heavy. The truth is, our bodies need more than just something easy to chew. They need protein to keep muscles strong. They need healthy fats to balance blood sugar and feed the brain. They need fiber from vegetables and whole grains to keep things steady. When these nutrients are missing, we run on empty, even if our bellies feel full. It doesn't take a dramatic change. A hard-boiled egg with lunch, a handful of almonds in the afternoon, a slice of avocado with breakfast. These small choices make a big difference. Meals that include a balance of protein, fat, and fiber help maintain steady energy, clearer thinking, and fewer of those sleepy slumps. Think of it like this. You wouldn't put soda in a car engine and expect it to run well. Your body deserves the right fuel too, nourishing, sustaining, and lovingly chosen. Eating well isn't about dieting or restrictions. It's about caring for yourself from the inside out. It's a quiet act of respect for the life you're still living. And when your meals begin to nourish you fully, you may just find the strength and clarity you thought were lost returning. Bite by bite, day by day, not getting deep sleep. There's something deeply frustrating about waking up tired. You went to bed on time, you stayed in bed all night, but when the morning comes, your body feels heavy, your mind feels cloudy, and you wonder why rest doesn't feel like rest anymore. As we age, sleep changes. It becomes lighter, more fragile. We may drift off easily, but never reach the deep stages where true healing happens. That's the kind of sleep where the body repairs, the brain resets, and energy is quietly restored. Without it, no matter how long we lie in bed, we wake feeling drained. Many things can interfere with deep sleep: an anxious mind, chronic pain, frequent bathroom trips, or even habits we've grown used to. The television humming in the background, the soft glow of a screen, or the tick of a bedside clock may seem harmless, but they keep the brain alert, as if it's still on duty. And when the brain doesn't shut down completely, neither does the body. Creating a peaceful sleep space is an act of care. Dim the lights well before bedtime. Turn off screens at least an hour before sleep. Try a soft white noise machine or calming music. Some people find gentle magnesium supplements helpful, allowing the muscles to relax and the mind to settle. There's beauty in a quiet, dark room, the kind that invites the body to let go. Give yourself permission to rest fully, not just physically, but mentally. Let the night be a time of soft stillness, free from tasks, thoughts, and glowing distractions. Sleep is not just something we do, it's something we need to do well. And when we begin to sleep deeply again, not just long, but fully, we give our bodies the greatest gift of all, the strength to meet the day with clarity, calm, and quiet joy. Not spending enough time outside. There's a quiet kind of healing that comes from simply sitting in the sun, not rushing, not doing, just being. Feeling the breeze on your face, the warmth on your skin, hearing the birds chatter as they go about their day. It's something many of us forget, especially as life slows down and days blend together indoors. But our bodies are built for light. Natural sunlight tells the brain when to wake, when to rest, and when to gently power down for the night. When we spend most of our time under dim lamps or artificial lighting, our inner clock, the circadian rhythm, begins to lose its sense of time. We wake up groggy, feel tired in the afternoon, and toss and turn at bedtime, unsure why our rhythm feels off. Even more than that, being outside lifts the spirit. It opens up the heart in quiet ways. A simple morning on the porch, A short walk to the garden, or 10 minutes with a cup of tea by the window where the light hits just right. These moments matter more than we realize. Vitamin D, absorbed through sunlight, plays a powerful role in our mood, immune system, and energy levels. And fresh air, though simple, carries with it a kind of renewal, like a deep breath for the soul. You don't need to hike mountains or tend to a large yard. Just step outside. Let the sun find your face. Let your eyes adjust to the natural world again. In that stillness, you may find not only a bit of energy returning, but also a sense of connection to nature, to time, and to yourself. Even in the smallest dose, nature reminds us we are still alive, still part of something greater. And that reminder, carried on a breeze or resting in a sunbeam, may be just what your body and spirit have been quietly asking for, lacking vitamins and minerals. Sometimes, the tiredness we feel isn't from doing too much. It's from not having enough of what the body quietly depends on. As we age, even if our diet stays the same, our bodies change. They absorb nutrients less efficiently, and without warning, we can find ourselves running low on the very elements that keep us steady and strong. You may not notice it right away. It can begin as a vague fatigue, a sense of walking through fog. Maybe your legs feel heavier, your memory a bit slower, or your mood a little dimmer than usual. And it's easy to assume these are just signs of aging, but often they are signs of a body asking for help. Vitamin B12, iron, and vitamin D are among the most commonly missed. Each plays a quiet but essential role. B12 supports the nerves and keeps the mind sharp. Iron carries oxygen through the blood, fueling your muscles and your brain. Vitamin D supports bones, immunity, and mood, and is especially tricky to maintain without enough sunlight. A simple blood test can reveal more than guesswork ever will. And the beauty of knowing is that it opens a door to change. With the guidance of a trusted doctor, even small supplements or gentle adjustments in diet can bring back a surprising amount of energy and clarity. This isn't about chasing youth. It's about honoring the body you have, understanding that it still works hard for you every day and sometimes needs a little extra support to do so. Nourishment is more than food, it's attention. It's listening to the subtle signals before they become loud cries. And when you begin to give your body what it quietly lacks, you may find that life feels just a little brighter, your steps a bit lighter, and your mind a little more your own again. Sometimes, the smallest things make the biggest difference. Taking too many or the wrong medications. Over the years, many of us find our medicine cabinets slowly filling. One prescription for blood pressure, another for cholesterol, something for sleep, something for the side effects of the first three. It adds up quietly until one day you realize you're taking a small handful of pills just to get through the day. But sometimes, those very medications meant to help can begin to work against each other or against you. You may feel drowsy after breakfast, foggy in the afternoon, or dizzy when standing up. You might blame it on age, but the truth is, certain combinations of medicines can amplify fatigue, cloud thinking, or even cancel each other out. It's not always obvious. One medication lowers blood pressure a bit too much, and you feel weak. Another affects your sleep or drains essential nutrients like B12. Even over-the-counter remedies or supplements can quietly interfere with prescriptions you've taken for years. That's why reviewing your medications isn't just a formality, it's an act of care. Sit down with your doctor, or better yet, a pharmacist who knows the deeper interactions between drugs. Go through everything you're taking, even the vitamins. Ask what each one does, whether they still serve you, and if there are better or simpler options. You may discover that something you thought was necessary isn't, or that a small adjustment in timing or dosage could bring you more clarity, more energy, and more peace in your daily routine. Your body, at this stage in life, deserves gentleness and precision. It doesn't need to carry more than it has to. And when the load of unnecessary or conflicting medications is lifted, many people are surprised to find how much brighter and lighter life begins to feel again. You're not meant to live in a fog. Sometimes, the path back to yourself begins with one honest conversation and a careful look at what you've been asked to carry, lacking joy in life. There comes a time, for many, when the days begin to feel quieter, not just on the outside, but on the inside too. The children are grown, the job is long behind, the house no longer bustling. The to-do list gets shorter, but so does the sense of purpose. And slowly, without realizing it, the spark that once lit up the day begins to dim. It's not sadness exactly. It's more like a stillness that settles too deeply. You wake up, go through the motions, eat, clean, maybe watch a little television. But inside, there's a sense that something is missing. That sense of looking forward to something, of being stirred by even the simplest things, has faded. This kind of emptiness is more exhausting than we often admit. When the heart isn't lit with joy, the body feels heavier. You move slower. The hours stretch longer. It's not just physical tiredness, it's the kind that comes from a spirit that's been too quiet for too long. But joy isn't gone. It's just waiting to be remembered. Sometimes it begins with the smallest things. A pot of flowers on the windowsill, a favorite song played out loud, a game with the grandkids, a walk with a camera to catch the light falling on leaves. Even painting a rock or baking a pie can be enough to stir something awake. Joy doesn't have to be big. It doesn't need permission. It only needs a little room to return. Try one thing, one small act that feels like yours, not for duty, not for anyone else, but simply because it brings you a spark. And when that spark returns, even just for a moment, so does the energy, so does the light in your eyes. Life begins to feel a little more like living again, not just passing time, but truly being part of it, heart and soul. If you've been feeling tired, not just in your body, but somewhere deeper, know that you're not alone. Fatigue in our later years isn't always about age. Sometimes it's a quiet whisper from the body or the heart, gently asking us to pay attention. It might be something as simple as needing more water or more sunlight, a shift in the way we move, eat, or rest. Or maybe it's about giving ourselves permission to feel joy again, to laugh, to play, to grow something, or to share a quiet moment with someone we trust. These 9 reasons aren't just problems to fix, they're gentle invitations. Invitations to listen, to care, and to remember that you are still very much alive. You are allowed to tend to your needs, to ask for help, to rediscover what lights you up inside. You don't have to do everything at once. Just begin with one small change. A glass of water, a few steps outdoors, a moment of music, or stillness, or laughter. Bit by bit, the fog begins to lift, because this chapter of life, though quieter, still holds so much beauty, so much worth. And you, just as you are today, still have energy waiting to return, still have light waiting to rise, one gentle day at a time.